Good evening, folks. Sorry, that took a couple extra minutes. I don't have a good excuse. I was just running around doing stuff. Also, I had the cat on my chest for a while. There we go. There's the music. I don't know why sometimes when I connect my earbuds, they need like a solid 30 seconds to be like, actually, you can hear now. Here's your audio. You've earned it, buddy. I'm going to use this opportunity where no one is currently hanging out to loosen my yonic necklace. I think the chokery setting on the pendant doesn't look quite as good with the high neck sweater. Anyways, I got tomorrow off from work, folks, which means I am going to be using my vacation time to stream Pokemon Legends ZA. Which is exciting. I'm really fucking... You know, it's like I wasn't really feeling the Legends hype at first. Like, nothing against ZA or anything. I don't know. And it doesn't grip me the same way that, like, ooh, prospective new mainline title does. All I know is that apparently the entire city is a single model, which is interesting. Programmers, get in the comments, tell me if that's a thing that is a good use of game resources. But regardless, we've got at least one more session of runandbun before I get a little sidetracked with all of that. And to kick us off, I should probably actually open my MGBA and boot up the game ROM. Just turn on my controller and do all of those important things. Hold on. So, I did some math. I did some funny girl math, and I believe I have found a safe path through the shed shell doubles, and it's really fucking silly. You can kind of see it in my notes right now. But I realized, kind of a lesson I took from how we fought Bisharp with Tori and Tia, which is that, like, if you can make a Pokemon slower than you, and you can threaten it with a KO, and if it has a priority move, you can just kind of force it to only use that priority move and nothing else. And that's kind of the gimmick for our team for this fight. So I believe I already pre-prepped everyone in advance. So what we currently have here is Havara with a Citrus Berry, Felice with 20 HP. We have Felice here because it's the Pokemon that can have the most amount of HP while dying to Raichu's Fake Out. We have Pari, pre-damage to 103. Miss May also with a Citrus Berry. Original version of this plan required us... Hi, Pio. So, original version of this plan required us to teach Miss May Rock Blast and to have her hold on to the Rock Gem. We don't need to do that no more. Because... Oh, I emerged from the earth. Well, welcome from your hole in the earth, Rose. Anyways, we have Maisie with specifically a muscle band, doing Maisie things, and Scalpel here to do some funny stuff with Tailwind. I believe I should be correct in my understanding of how this fight works. And if I'm wrong, we wipe? I don't know. That's kind of the case with like every fight. Notably, we have a Citrus Berry on Miss May and on Havara. Ideally, neither of them will use them, but there is a chance that something could go, that like a stray crit could potentially make the line less consistent. So it's like, we won't need this as long as we never get crit, but if we get crit, the Citrus Berry gets used to make sure that we don't lose the line. Because this kind of relies on not taking too much damage. Anyways, I need to like collect all the ash. Chat, would you mind if I put the game into speed up and like ran left and right to collect soot a bunch so we could get all of the various colored flutes? Would you be mad at me if I did that? Because I kind of want to do that. Do it? Okay, I might do that. Not right now. I want to get this fight done and get the shed shell, but like afterwards. We already checked this dirt pile, I think. This place is filled with ash piles because I'm about to get fucking smoked. Okay, so this fight can technically be fought as a single battle. You can walk up to this lady right down here. Her name is Parasol Lady Madeline, and you can talk to her. And if you talk to her, you can fight her 1v1. But you need her to walk up a tile or two in order to access the item that's hidden behind her. And if you don't fight her as a double battle with Camper Lords right now, she will stay locked in that spot for the rest of the game, and you will never be able to access the item hidden behind her. Being the Shed Shell, one of the most important items for the end game in Magma Hideout. So obviously, we want that item. Hi, Alp, welcome to stream. You made it just in time for a really silly line to happen. So, this is a double battle. Madeline opens with a Raichu that knows Thunderbolt, Extreme Speed, Fake Out, and Grass Knot. And Staraptor, so she opens with that. Camper Lawrence opens with a Staraptor with an Intimidate holding White Herb that has Dual Wing Beat, Quick Attack, Close Combat, and Roost. We're gonna do some silly shit. That White Herb is not going to last for very long. So just making sure I have the two in their places. Okay. So, the idea here is, because this is not true doubles, is to debilitate one half of the field and make it so that it's functionally unable to do anything. And we are going to do that by forcing Staraptor to only ever use Quick Attack. Now, the fight starts. Staraptor sees a KO against Scalpel with all of its moves, but because it is slower than Zoroark, which is what is actually there. Here, I'm just gonna... We still hear the beeping. Both Raichu and Staraptor are slower than Zoroark and see KOs on it with priority moves. We are going to use Charm on Staraptor to cut its attack stat. Now, it's holding a White Herb, which neutralizes attack changes. However, that shouldn't matter, because we are going to bait both of these attacks into Pari. Raichu goes for Fake Out. Cotton Down affects every Pokemon on the battlefield except for Pari. So it drops the speed of Havara, Raichu, Staraptor. Staraptor burns through its White Herb. Its item is gone, it is now at neutral speed. Staraptor hits Pari with Quick Attack. Staraptor is now at -1 speed, making it 77 speed. Havara is now going to hit Staraptor with Charm. Staraptor's attack stat is now at -2. We are now going to swap Walrein to Nidoking. So I should say, I believe at current HP, Staraptor always sees KO on Pari with specifically Dual Wing Beat. Raichu can attack either slot. It will either be Thunderbolt at Havara or Extreme Speed into Pari. We would prefer to see Thunderbolt into Havara, but it shouldn't matter. So we are going to swap Havara to Miss May. We are going to swap Pari for Maisie. Staraptor uses Dual Wing Beat. It now loses a big chunk of its health. Because it has lost that chunk of its health, and because Maisie is holding a muscle band, Staraptor sees that it gets one-hit KO'd by Zing Zap. Good. Miss May is now going to kill Raichu with Drill Run. Now, if I'm correct, Staraptor here, because its attack has been lowered, doesn't see KO into Maisie with close combat. So because it sees that it gets outsped and one-hit KO'd, and can't KO anything with any of its attacks, it tries to go for a priority move to get in a little bit of chip damage before it goes down. So it is going to spend the rest of the fight spamming Quick Attack. We are going to kill Raichu, we are going to swap Maisie for Havara, who also threatens kill on Staraptor, keeping it locked in. Havara is also 3 speed points faster than it. Raichu uses extreme speed. I believe that does a max of 22%. Yep, so you can see now it's using Quick Attack. Now, because Staraptor is locked in like this, it means we can take care of the right side of the field without much a threat of anything. While it is at -2 attack, it will only ever see a KO on Nidoking with dual Wing Beat. Once we are at minimum 33 HP, it will only see KO with close combat on Havara once we are at minimum 54 HP. Even though it could theoretically kill Havara with a crit close combat because that ignores its stat drops, it doesn't see that in the math. Next should come in Marowak. Now the thing is, we want to make sure we don't accidentally KO Staraptor. Miss May is faster than Havara, so we are going to use Super Fang, which always does 50% of the target's max HP. Both Miss May and Havara are faster than Marowak. So Miss May goes first, cuts its HP in half. Havara then guarantees the KO with Brine. There is about a 50-50 chance that Miss May would one-hit KO the Marowak, and we wouldn't want that because Havara hitting Brine into Staraptor could crit and kill it. So we are using... literally just said it. Frickin' Super Fang to have a guaranteed amount of damage that we do every turn. Lastly comes in Rhyperior. Rhyperior can one-hit KO Miss May with high horsepower, however, it's slower than both Miss May and Havara. We do Super Fang, we do Brine. And because they keep attacking Havara, odds are basically 0 at this point that we will use up either of the citrus berries we equipped. Again, those were an insurance policy. In theory, an Oran Berry probably also would have worked, but I wanted to play it as safe as possible. Okay. We are now going to finally make good on that promise to KO Staraptor with Havara. This is the part of the line I'm arguably the most proud of. So, doesn't matter who Staraptor tries to attack with Quick Attack, we are going to swap to Maisie. Because of the Iron Barb's chip that Staraptor took earlier, it always spammed Quick Attack because it always saw that it was possible for it to get one-hit KO'd with Frost Breath, but the lowest roll on Frost Breath against Staraptor is still 97%. Because of the Iron Barb's chip on Maisie with dual Wing Beat, it is now a guaranteed one-hit KO. Now, next should be Lumineon, because it's just playing down the line. Both Lumineon and Gyarados are faster than Walrein, but both deal less damage than they take. Good. Now, Lumineon is faster than Maisie and has a Focus Sash. However, Maisie has Fake Out. With Muscle Band, it always gets KO'd by Fake Out into Zing Zap. So we are going to flinch it with Fake Out. We are actually going to swap Havara into Scalpel for a very fun little gimmick in a second. We make it flinch. It no longer has Focus Sash. Maisie now KOs it with Zing Zap. The problem is that Maisie is slower than Lumineon. However, Talonflame is faster than Luminion. And knows Tailwind. Tailwind boosts the speed of our entire team for a couple of turns, and we are using Gen 8 speed rules, which means if speed changes mid-turn, it dynamically shifts the turn order. So, Scalpel setting up Tailwind makes Maisie faster than Luminion. And able to secure KO. Lastly comes in Gyarados, who has Intimidate. We are both physical attackers, but Gyarados has bad physical defense. Even after Intimidate, Acrobatics from Scalpel plus Zing Zap from Maisie is able to KO Gyarados. Let me just confirm that. Intimidate, with Muscle Band, Zing Zap does a minimum of 90%. This thing has Leftovers, it has Substitute and Dragon Dance, it just wants to set up on you and sweep. So yeah, we do minimum 90% with Zing Zap, Scalpel does minimum 28% with Acrobatics. And that's the Shed Shell. Chad, I'm real fucking proud of that line. I really feel like that was like a massive game knowledge flex. To be able to do that without... Because normally you can do this fight a lot easier if you just have something that can bait hits into it with Protect. And now we need to make sure to get this before we leave the screen. We have acquired the Shed Shell. Enables the holder to switch out of battle without fail. This lets it so that you can swap Pokemon even if current effects are preventing you from swapping out, i.e. like Shadow Tag before that we had to worry about with Tori and Tia. There is eventually a room that has a permanent status condition that makes all of your Pokemon take 1/8 of their max HP and damage every turn and are unable to swap out. It is awful. So having the Shed Shell gives you a lot of variety there, especially since we don't have a lot of Pokemon that have pivoting moves, because moves like U-Turn and Parting Shot are able to let you swap out. So I'm going to save. I believe we can go to the Fall Arbor Town Pokemon Center without proccing Vito. I saved beforehand, just to be sure. I'm going to save again, just to be double sure. Good. I believe he gets your ass if you try to go into the Pokemon, or into the Pokemart. Like, just for context, I'm gonna save the game and I'm going to try to walk down and around to the Pokemart. Yeah, so we can't go around this way. Can't, like, sneak through these trees. I wonder, will he get me if I try to go to the left here? Oh, that is Vito. Got it. Okay. So yeah. Load ROM, run and bun. So, now that I got that first fight done, I'm going to hang out in the Pokemon Center, and I'm going to mute the game, put on our normal background music, and run to the restroom for a moment. I probably did that a bit too soon. It's fine. Here, you guys get this music. All right, I'll be back in just a second. Chat, it truly is not a run and bun stream if it doesn't start, we do a single fight, and then I go, okay, tummy hurt now, gotta go to the bathroom, be back. Like, truly, it is the start to every fucking run and bun stream. I think it's just the fear fucking voids my body. Also, I think I'm too EP to be present in the stream, Lamount. That's fine, Rose. You're probably already gone, but regardless, thank you very much for popping in for a bit. I have the game data downloaded on my Switch for Vivian to enjoy once it's officially released. I do, of course, humbly request no spoilers and all that in the Discord or in chat. We are going to be streaming it tomorrow morning, though. I got the day off from work, so look forward to that if you've got nothing else going on that day beyond playing the game for yourself. Okay. Fall Arbor Vito. Vito's a funny guy. So, right out the gate, we know how we start this battle. It's with a little fella named Murkrow. Vito is our next major boss. If we can get past him, we unlock, I believe it's level 52 as our next level cap. Let me check. Fall Arbor Vito's cap is 48. We go up to level 54. Now, the thing that's really exciting about that is Togedemaru gets Spiky Shield at that level. I believe Kingdra finally gets Ice Beam. Like, hold on. Kingdra... Or sorry, Seadra specifically. Yeah, Seadra gets Ice Beam at 52. We can finally evolve Seadra and use it again. I don't think we actually get anything for Roserade. I don't think we get Sludge Bomb until, like, after Flannery. Yeah. We could get Sludge Bomb, or sorry, it's not after Flannery, it's after, Maxie. Yeah, after we beat Maxie, we get access to Sludge Bomb. Unless we want to use 2 rare candies. But I think, Rose will be fine. But yeah, this is kinda... I'm not gonna say this is the big one. This is definitely a scary boss, but we should be good, I think. One of the main threats here is Mega Aggron. It has Body Press, it has Iron Head, it has Earthquake. It simply does a lot of damage to anything you put in front of it. It has Automatize to make its speed better. It's incredibly physically defensive. Its ability Filter reduces the damage it takes from super effective hits. One of the best ways to beat this thing is to burn it. Aggron is kind of the reason you want to keep Will-O-Wisp on Talonflame. I didn't know that at the time. However, we in theory have a way... Hey, Newt, we cleared Shed Shell doubles. My plan worked exactly as I had hoped. Oh, I should set this to singles again. There we go. But yeah, so you can see it does about 35% on the high end for Body Press against Talonflame, which is undeniably a lot of damage, but it's less than 50%. And we have Roost that heals 50% of our max HP. Now, given this thing will probably use Automatize, which I believe is a +2 to its speed. It also reduces its, like, weight, but it doesn't have any moves based on weight, so that should be fine. Like, I believe it's a sharp... Yeah, increases speed by 2 stages. So after a single Automatize, it does become faster than Talonflame. It will likely go for it, which means we have to be a little more cautious with our Roosts, because getting hit by Body Press and then crit Body Press actually won't kill us from full HP. That's good to know. 2 crit Body Presses in a row would fuck us, but the idea here is that when a Pokemon is burned, it cuts the damage of their attacks in half. This includes moves like Body Press that don't actually use the attack stat. If we can burn Aggron, all it takes is 16 turns for it to die to its own burn damage. Talonflame can then start chipping it with Acrobatics, Aerial Ace, Tailwind, Roost. Now the thing is, again, we can't burn it manually. But Flame Body has a 30% chance to burn it every time it uses a move that makes contact with us. People call it Fraud Body. People be like, oh yeah, you know, Flame Body is an ability that doesn't do anything. I think if we can use Roost to stall for long enough against Mega Aggron, we can force a Flame Body proc. And as soon as that happens, we win. Ideally. In a perfect world, of course, you know, things rarely go that well. Now the thing is, we only have 5 Roosts. And I actually pulled up a website for this not too long ago, a probability calculator. So let's assume it would technically probably hit us, so it's a 30% chance for it to happen. So for one attempt, there's a 30% chance of the outcome happening. If we do it twice, there's about a 51% chance. 3 times, it becomes 65.7. 4 times, 77.99. 5 times, 83.193. That's pretty high, but that's still like 80% is a thing that can, you know, be dodged. Now, given it'll probably hit us like an additional 1 or 2 times before it actually like puts us at risk, bringing us up to 91%. Now, the thing is, there is an item in the game, the Lepa Berry, and what the Lepa Berry does is it says, if you run out of PP for a move, consume this berry to regain all your PP. Which means, theoretically, we don't have 5 Roosts, we have 10. Assuming we double the number of attempts here to closer to 14, that becomes a 99.32% chance of it eventually burning itself off Flame Body. Preferably, the sooner it happens, the safer the fight is, because then we can start hitting it using Roost a bit more liberally. A critical hit doesn't, like, ignore the attack power drop. Like, a critical hit body press while burned does less damage than an unburned body press. And, like, at regular health, body press on this thing does... A critical body press does on the upper end 53%. So if we can stall for long enough, and it burns itself, even if Acrobatics only does 10%, and notably, we would in fact be holding a Lepa Berry, so it does even less, because we're holding an item, and Acrobatics, it doesn't do half damage when you're holding an item, it does double damage if you're not holding an item. Now the thing is, at that point, we can just keep stalling against Aggron. We can just keep spamming Roost using 5% Acrobatics chips, while it slowly dwindles down its own health. And then if we need to proc the Lepa Berry, then we start hitting it normal style, but like, by nature of burn, it loses 1/16 of its max HP every turn, so it will eventually go down. But that's the end of the fight. Now, for the start of the fight, there is this Alakazam. It is 148 speed. It is faster than everything on our team, even our perfect speed IV Talonflame, because it has a plus speed nature. Not only is it fast as fuck boy, it has inner focus, meaning it can't be flinched, or have its attack dropped, not that that matters, specifically with Intimidate, and a focus sash, which means it can't be one-hit KO'd. If it didn't have focus sash, Zoroark here could just go for Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is a move that, as we established last stream, always hits, like if your opponent chooses a damaging move, which are all of Alakazam's moves here, Sucker Punch goes before them, and, you know, it becomes a priority move that outspeeds them, basically. Now, the problem is that Focus Sash means that Alakazam always lives at 1 HP. And the lowest roll on Aura Sphere kills Zoroark. Easy. So we have the bird. Because if this thing didn't have inner focus, we also had the option of open with Hitmonlee, use Fake Out to break Sash, flinch it, and then it would go for Psychic, and then that's a free swap into Zoroark. Doesn't work, obviously. Murkrow here is actually a very specific answer for Alakazam, because it also has Sucker Punch, and with Black Glasses equipped, Sucker Punch always KOs. I don't think we actually even need Black Glasses, just based on how like the math here works. And notably, it always lives all of Alakazam's attacks. Now, there is a slight problem if Alakazam, for instance, crits Murkrow, it dies immediately. There's no world. Okay, I suppose in theory a crit Shadow Ball wouldn't kill, but it would never use that, you know? Now the thing is, if Murkrow dies, that's recoverable, because it will still knock Alakazam to 1 HP, at which point any Pokemon with a priority move, like Extreme Speed on Arcanine, can then come in and secure that KO. It could be anything with Fake Out, anything with Extreme Speed, Vacuum Wave on Lucario, literally fucking anything. So that's good. The only thing that Murkrow getting crit might fuck up is switch-in AI. So, open Murk. EQUIPMURK with B glasses. And the sad thing is it's like, it would suck if Murkrow died, but we do have Zoroark, and Zoroark has Knock Off, Dark Pulse, and Sucker Punch. Like, it does all of the things that Murkrow does. Though, if Murkrow, like, finishes this fight, it gets to evolve into Honchkrow. I was told there were sus lines happening here. We finished the first sus line. We beat the Shed Shell doubles really easy. I had a super... I was really proud of the line I cooked up for that one. It had freaking... making it so that one half of the field got permanently locked into using a priority move, or as I like to call it, the poor man's encore. We had taking advantage of speed, dynamic speed changes. So Alakazam using Tailwind makes Togedemaru faster than the thing it's fighting, so it's able to get in the killing hit before that thing can use Hydro Pump on Talonflame. It was a beautiful, beautiful line. The thing that's sus here is that we have to chance Fraud Body against Mega Aggron for several turns. Okay. So, open with Murkrow. And the nice thing is, if Murkrow doesn't get crit, it uses Sucker Punch a second time and KOs Alakazam. So, open Murk. Use S Punch. KO with S Punch. Swap to... So, lowest possible roll here brings Murkrow to about 30%. I think Crobat pretty much always sees, yeah, Sludge Bomb KO, outspeeds, and is second in line. And Murkrow definitely does not do enough damage to Crobat. Always baits Sludge Bomb, which is nice. Togedemaru, how much damage do you do to this thing? You take a lot from Heat Wave. Hey, Hannah. I once again say, you missed my immaculate Shed Shell doubles line. But welcome. Okay. So, against Murkrow, well actually our HP is going to be so low that it could go for literally any of its moves. I think it could even go for Nasty Plot, couldn't it? Like it won't, because it'll go for KO. Oh yeah, we did Toriantia 2 streams ago, which was also a pretty immaculate line. It risked Zoroark if I lost like 6 coin flips, but thankfully we did not lose 6 coin flips. And Zoroark remains. Okay, so the thing I'm trying to think about here with this Crobat, obviously it gets its shit caved in by Arcanine. But if Arcanine swaps into a Sludge Bomb and gets poisoned, that could be problematic. Because I'm thinking, because Arcanine can beat both Crobat and Swellow. Electros could maybe beat Swellow. Havara can beat Swellow. It would need a safe way to swap in, but yeah, Life Orb, Brave Bird. This thing just does so much damage. It's like I need something that survives all of Swellow's hits really, really good. Which is actually maybe Togedemaru. Yeah, Zing Zap KOs it. I would need a way to make it slower than me, but I think at -1 speed. Okay, so I just need to figure out how to bait a quick attack into Eldegoss. So we're going to see how much roll compression we can do on this fight. Because I also think our best Breloom answer is Talonflame. As long as we make sure that Talonflame, like, I'm pretty sure... Hold on. If we are holding an item, say an Asperberry... Yeah, Aerial Ace always one-hit KOs Breloom, which is nice, so we don't get punished for holding Lepaberry. Ideally, we would want to be in a situation where we swap into Breloom where obviously it doesn't spore us, and it goes for Mach Punch, preferably without Fighting Gem. Because as long as we can swap in a world where we don't get spored. I'm back at Chell with a run that I said I would reset if I get one more bad encounter twice. Well, I mean, I'm proud of you for pursuing. Or not pursuing, persevering. That's very good of you. Now, we do also have another option for Crobat, which is let Murkrow die. I don't like the option just let Murkrow die, but we could just let Murkrow die. Now, the thing is, I think Arcanine does not need Hearthstone if we use it to fight 2 Pokemon here. Because Rock Slide 1-hit KOs Swellow, and it 2-hit KOs Crobat, but notably never 1-hit KOs Crobat with Hearthstone. So I think we could give Arcanine a Citrus Berry here. Because it's like... It'll go for either Sludge Bomb or Heat Wave. We can't be burned. Sludge Bomb poisoning us would be unfortunate. I also don't think... I think actually it could go for Nasty Plot turn 1, couldn't it? But yeah. Because even like Crit Boom Burst... God, I'm so glad our Arcanine is incredibly specially defensive. Like, yeah, we definitely don't want to do, like, a Talonflame pivot that would also guaranteed bait Sludge Bomb. Because is Sludge Bomb 30% chance to poison? %. That is unfortunate. Do we have anything else that's good at fighting Crobat? Kind of Flygon, but be real, not really Flygon. Hidden Power Ice does a lot of damage. Honestly, Roserade actually... I'm shocked how well Roserade matches up into this thing. I know that Crobat doesn't actually have that much special attack, but the fact that, like, Rose can do this is kind of like, damn, girl, you go. Not to mention, I do believe... Yeah, we outspeed and KO Breloom with Flamethrower. So I'm trying to figure out switch priority for Mach Punch, right? If we KO Crobat, does it go for Mach Punch on Breloom, or because it sees that Flamethrower kills it and we technically outspeed it? Like, I don't think it actually sees its own priority move, right? And then it would go into Aqua Jet off of Crawdaunt. Technical outspeed? Okay. So we would need to make sure that we have, like, really good HP. The game does not see priority moves for the purpose of switching AI, only once it's in. Okay, perfect. Good to know, Hannah. Yeah. Okay, so it sees KO with Sky Uppercut, but it also sees that we outspeed it and KO with Flamethrower, so it would skip ahead to Crawdaunt, who would then KO it, because it doesn't get killed by any of our shit, gets KO'd by a bunch of moves here, but because of, like, Fast Kill, it always goes for Aqua Jet, which means we can burn its Water Gem Aqua Jet on something that takes, like, 0 damage from it. Like, say, a Roserade, who then one-hit KOs it with Magical Leaf. Because then at that point it has, you know, freaking nothing for Aqua Jet. I think crit this plus crit rate, like boosted Aqua Jet. 43 damage plus 63 damage. Doesn't kill Resurrect. Nice. Okay. Hell, we could beat this thing with fucking Eldegoss, which is funny. Hell, I think we beat it better with Eldegoss, actually. Because on the swap-in, when it hits us with Aqua Jet, it gets its speed lowered. That's really funny. Which I think also means we could spam Synthesis to fully heal against it. Which is really silly. Okay. So the thing I'm trying to see here, right? We don't need Heartstone. Let's make this Citrus Berry. Export. Import. I suppose in theory, if against Alakazam we gave Murkrow a Citrus Berry, well, all that would do is guarantee Sludge Bomb, actually, and we want it to go for Heat Wave. But we can't do something like swap into Togedemaru, because if Togedemaru takes Heat Wave, oops. Could in theory pivot to Seismitoad. It then sees, well, it doesn't see Fast Kill with Giga Drain, so it could go for Nasty Plot. Not that Nasty Plot is that big of a threat, but we would prefer it not use it for reasons that I hope are kind of self-evident. I don't know, do we just risk Raw Dogging it? We could always pre-damage Seismitoad to guarantee gigs, but do I really want to waste Seismitoad's entire roll on this fight to just baiting Giga Drain on Crobat? Because, like, if it has enough HP, this thing with Soft Sand can actually do a lot of damage to Aggron if something goes wrong. And, like, the lowest roll on Giga Drain is 61. We would need to prepare for worst case Heat Wave, but if we got worst case Sludge Bomb instead, and if we also got poisoned. But I suppose we only need it as a backup for Aggron if something goes wrong with Talonflame. It's like, Seismitoad, how do I make you more vulnerable to grass moves? I could use Onix. Onix takes both of these really well. Always baits Giga Drain. Plus special defense nature L. It would suck again to have a slot purely dedicated to Crobat baiting, but it means that Arcanine then always swaps in on Giga Drain, which is admittedly Crobat's highest damaging move. But as long as we have a Citrus Berry, like, we're gonna take 3 Giga Drains at that point. Actually, if we had a Hardstone. Ooh, Hardstone does make Rock Slide into E-Speed kill. So we would only have to take 2 hits from Crobat instead of 3. I think Citrus Berry is still safer. See, it's like, is there a thing we could swap into that lives Heat Wave, but also baits Heat Wave? It could be Excadrill. Even off of a crit, highest damage roll is 120. So that brings us down to 44, at which point never sees kill with Giga Drain. But it also might not see kill with Heat Wave, then it could go for Nasty Plot. That's right. Frustrating. Here, I could actually, in theory, like... I kind of can't calc this out, actually. Okay. I'm going to figure out the specifics of this later. I'm just going to calc out the rest of the line of, like, Arcanine swaps into Crobat to hit KOs with Rock Slide. Also, actually, I don't think Rock Slide into E-Speed to hit KOs Crobat because Giga Drain healing. I think we need double Rock Slide. I mean, we could go for the absolute L and just use up our Rock Gem, but that seems like a waste. So, swap to Crobat. Swap to Arca. 2-hit KO with our Slide. It's like I could also find another out to Swallow. Boomburst. Tragically, my only, like, flip out Pokemon is fucking Gorobus. I mean, like, in theory, Havara with Frost Breath and a Citrus Berry probably beats Talonflame, or Swallow. Like, it can swap into Boomburst, it always procs Citrus Berry, can then return Fire with, because Frost Breath always one-hit KOs. Common Gorb W, true. Yeah, no, our poor Gorobus has absolutely awful stats in every regard. We've used it for a single fight the entire run. Okay. Because our best answer to Crobat, yeah, is Arcanine. Flygon doesn't fight it well. Togedemaru kind of fights it alright, but Heat Wave is such a threat. Yeah, we don't... Kingdra isn't even real. We're not even going to consider Kingdra for this fight. Nomo does a lot with Ice Beam, but again, it takes Giga Drain in the process. Could realistically swap into Eldegoss, because that would be a guaranteed speed drop. And at that point, it would be slower. Because Eldegoss getting hit by either of these moves almost guaranteed baits fast KO, because it's still faster than Eldegoss after the speed drop. Let me check something into Havara. So 61%. So 178 divided by 4 is 44.5. 178 plus 44 is 222. So 2 max roll boom bursts off of Swellow don't kill Walrein. If either of them crits, it does. But in theory, we could, as a backup, swap to Arcanine. I haven't even considered. Okay. Because, like, Swellow into Arcanine, it just does so much with Boom Burst, man. Because, like, there's also, in theory, the world where we try to make it take a bunch of recoil damage from its own life orb, but I don't really like that idea. But also, if we could... Because, like, if we have something baiting Boom Burst off of this, we could swap in Togedemaru, and then that always baits Heat Wave. And we get free fake out damage. Not that that would do anything. Nidoking doesn't survive. Seismitoad kind of survives. Does good damage with liquidation. There is also the world where if Murkrow lives against Alakazam, it exists as sack fodder to save the fight at pretty much any point. Like if Talonflame's about to die to Aggron, we could in theory swap to Murkrow. That gets us a free swap to something like Seismitoad. Our thing that can live a hit from Aggron and then hopefully KO it in return. Because I'm trying to think, right? Citrus Berry gets us back 1/4 of our max HP. Being poisoned makes us lose 1/8 of our max HP. It's what, basically a 15% chance that we get poisoned because it's a 50-50 for if it goes for Sludge Bomb or Heat Wave. Sludge Bomb can't miss, right? Yeah, that's perfectly accurate. Togay and Arcanine swap isn't awful. Fake Out plus Life Orb damage stacks up fairly quickly until it's in E-Speed range. It's actually not a bad point. E-Speed off of Arcanine does do 40%. Does Sludge Bomb badly poison? No, just regular poison. That's Poison Fang and Poison Tail, I think. It's at least Poison Tail. Oh no, Poison Tail is high crit. Poison Fang is a 50% chance to badly poison. Yeah, so Sludge Bomb is standard poison. Honestly, I think badly poison... No, 3 turns in badly poison is more damage than 1/16, 1/8, 3/16. Yeah, no, badly poison is actually better for us than regular poison. Because we're only in for 3 turns. Bum bum. Because we definitely need to fight Crobat with Arcanine. So I guess let's figure out the rest of the line and see if we have the extra, like, flex slots to afford something like swap to Onix, swap to Arcanine. Yeah, it evens out at 3 turns, only becomes worse at 4. And Arcanine is never in against Crobat for 4 turns. And it's only in against... Swellow for 2, which is really funny. It was actually something I had to worry about during the fucking hail doubles, where I'm like, hold on, my team getting badly poisoned is arguably better for us than getting regular poisoned. But I can't guarantee that it uses Toxic Spikes twice. Okay, so 2-hit KO with Rock Slide. Swap to Hurrah. Because we're faster than Aggron, and we're faster than Crawdaunt, so it goes for Crawdaunt. And then Crawdaunt goes for Aqua Jet. Because Swellow, there's like no world where Swellow sees Boom Burst KO on Arcanine. I guess the question is, who do we want to have be our Crawdaunt answer? There are 2 answers here, and it is Eldegoss and Roserade. Now, if I understand... God, that's Water Gem boosted Aqua Jet too. That's so funny. Making it to Route 113, Genuine Luck's some really nice pre-status strats because, you know, I have access to Toxic Poison. True, I didn't even think about the fact that I can now do pre-tox. Oh yeah, I can finally pre-poison my Steel and Poison types. God bless. Hi, Rob Ross. We're in the Vito lab. Thankfully, I don't think our Vito fight is actually that super duper scary. It's just kind of like... Because I guess, actually... Okay. No, I want to Breloom last, I think. I don't know. How much damage do you do to Talonflame? Because, like, okay, Braydoom Breloom Fighting Gem boosted Sky Uppercut does 47% into Talonflame. And then we get Mach Punched. Yeah. It's like, I need to make sure that when Talonflame... Ideally, Talonflame swaps into Breloom on the, like, where Breloom is the second to final Pokemon. So that way, when Aggron comes in, I have time to roost off the damage I took. Plus, it's probably going to automatize turn 1 anyways. And every turn it doesn't is, like, upside. Okay. So... Because, yeah, I think if we beat Crawdaunt with Roserade, we bait in Swellow next. And Swellow will see kill with just about... Well, hold on, actually. Because Swellow sees that it gets one-hit KO'd by HP Ice. Breloom also sees that it gets one-hit KO'd by Venoshock, so it'll go for a thing that at least outspeeds and one-hit KOs. So it would go for that. Because in theory, could I get Roserade in against Crawdaunt with enough HP? Oh, you wanted to automatize ASAP. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Which, I'm pretty sure it's basically always guaranteed to automatize turn 1, right? Wow, that's funny, yeah. Because, yeah, Talonflame, that's just fucking fire type. Ooh, yeah, wowzers. That does a lot of damage. Not guaranteed, can tie with highest damage, and if it hits you low enough to see kill, could end up in a loop. That's awful. Okay. I can't prepare a Talonflame. No, I can't give it Lagging Tail, because then I can't use Lepa Berry. Be funny, but... Okay. Because what? Agility. If AI is slower than the player mon, +7, never use -20, yeah? It's a 30% flame body proc every time, which solves it, but you definitely want to enter with as high HP as possible and not bait BP and let it automatize. Exactly. And thankfully, I will say, it is at the very least a coin flip between Iron Head and Body Press. Technically, Body Press is prioritized, but only by a small margin. I was going to say, Hannah, our strat for this fight is to give Talonflame a Lepa Berry so it can bait Body Press, like Flame Body proc, for as long as possible. So yeah, losing access to our fighting type resist would be incredibly scary. Okay, yeah. So I almost wonder, do I have another answer for Breloom then? Not Walrein. Could be Nidoking. We do get outsped and it has Spore though, so that's not good. Because I do think getting hit by... So it starts as regular Aggron is something that we have to keep in mind. Which is nice. Yeah. Ah, that's real. Okay. It's funny, I was thinking about, oh, when it eventually uses Automatize, that's like bad for us. This fight is one of the reasons to keep Willow in the future. Yeah, no, I learned the hard way watching other people do Vito. It's like, oh, this is where you want Will-O-Wisp on Talonflame. Unfortunately, I got advice a while ago that it's like, oh, it's 85 accurate, so you probably don't want it, but no, this is exactly where you want it. It's so funny that it gets weaker defensively against Talonflame when it evolves, because it no longer quad resists acrobatics. But yeah. Yeah, you just don't have a choice but to play the odds here, so it's just better. I agree. Because as long as highest damage isn't a kill, Automatize is a +7 to be used, which is nice. We could also guarantee it by, again, giving Talonflame Lagging Tail, because then it always roosts last. But then, of course, it means fewer roosts for playing the odds. Here. Let's get back to Crawdon. Yeah, so Crawdon into Eldegoss. Always baits Breloom. Crawdon into Roserade. Always baits Swellow. I'm correct in that, right? Because Swellow outspeeds us and sees KO with Brave Bird, it doesn't come in to fight Roserade. And hell, we'll probably see KO with Boom Burst. It's a shame that Togedemaru dies to Body Press. Missed that. What about Swellow? So if I'm correct here, even though Roserade shows kill on Swellow with Hidden Power Ice, because Swellow outspeeds Roserade with a non-priority move with Brave Bird, it should go for Swellow, right? As the swap in after Crawdon. Exactly. Swellow is not prevented by slow one-hit KO rolls because it has fast OHKO rolls itself. Okay. So... and into Roserade, it is worth noting that Swellow is likely to go for Brave Bird. Though actually... the ideal scenario would be to see Heat Wave into Walrein. Yeah. Because, like, Boom Burst at least always procs Citrus Berry. But in theory, Brave Bird into Boom Burst could kill us. Like, yeah, you always bait Boom. Damn, you go, Lucario. You actually take these hits real good. Yeah, with extreme speed at 40, Rock Slide that high. I suppose the nice thing about Roserade is that it is most likely to bait Brave Bird. I think if we give it a Citrus Berry, it pretty much always does, right? Because we take Aqua Jet from Crawdon, and then we take regular Aqua Jet from Crawdon, which is like, I don't know, we'll give it like Twisted Spoon. 20% and 29%. If we pre-damage by like just a little bit to guarantee that it procs our Citrus Berry. Hell, I don't even think we need to pre-damage. We're like, hold on. We have 117 HP. Half of that would be what, like 58 to 59? Yeah. So 59 is, we need to be down to 58 to proc Citrus Berry. So 117 minus 35. And then regular or non-boosted water gem. Minus 24. 58. Yeah, minimum rolls on both hits always proc Citrus Berry. Which then brings us back up to the 70s, which then baits Brave Bird off of Swellow into Arcanine, which does a lot less damage than Boom Burst. Hell, Brave Bird recoil plus Boom Burst, like... yeah. Though there is also the world where if we have a Pokemon out that always baits Boom Burst... hold on. Eldegoss, how well do you stand against Aggron? Better than I thought, if I'm being honest. Okay, so Brave Bird into Arcanine. Assuming Arcanine also has a Citrus Berry. Yeah. Swap to Rose. OHKO with Maleef. Equip Merc with black glasses. Equip. Also, hold on. So we have Arcanine. We have Roserade. We have Arcanine again. Rose with Citrus Berry. Because I feel like after like 28%, or not 28%, 28 damage. 162 minus 28 drops us to 78. Brave Bird minus 45 drops us to 33. We get our citrus healing. 162 divided by 2 is 81, so we heal 40. Brings us to 73. Crit Boom Burst could kill. Yeah, the problem with using Arcanine for both Swellow and Crobat is that it's kind of always vulnerable to getting crit. Even with Citrus Berry here, it's like if any of the 5 hits that go into Arcanine crit, it dies, I think. Can Arca and Toge swaps work? Theoretically. True, because Togedemaru always baits Heat Wave, yeah. It sadly won't take any Boom Burst recoil, but yeah, assuming if Roserade has enough HP to guarantee Brave Bird, swap that into Togedemaru, it takes recoil plus Iron Barbs plus Life Orb plus Fake Out. Give Togedemaru a Citrus Berry too. And then yeah, baits Heat Wave into Arcanine. Boom Burst is doing a lot to Toge, but not that much. I genuinely wonder if getting the perfect swap, like, could be enough. Because there's also the world where I bring, like, an extra Pokemon. Because I'm also thinking about Eldegoss into Crobat, Eldegoss dropping its speed with Cotton down. And then it still baits Sludge Bomb or Heat Wave into Arcanine, but it's likely to take less damage. And it's like, if it goes for, oh, if it nasty plots, then it gets kind of weird. It's like, I wish there was a way to proc this thing into using Quick Attack. Yeah, Sludge Bomb Poison definitely destroys swap strategy, but at that point we would just give Arcanine a Pecha Berry, right? Because at that point, Pecha Berry... In theory, Arcanine's always on the field for 5 turns, which means Pecha Berry prevents more damage than Citrus Berry heals. Actually, it still means that if Havara gets crit once, she dies, which is unfortunate. We could also just get a sack. We could sack Gorobus into it. Or Murkrow. I'd sooner Gorobus. It's our only flip turn Mon, but we only have 2 dark types, and I'd rather keep Murkrow. Because, like, if you're up against Talonflame... Okay, if I have Talonflame on the field, it also sends in Swellow over Aggron. I'm looking at the world where we use Eldegoss to bait in Breloom forth instead. And yeah, you go for Boom Burst or Brave Bird. Just do so much damage. Because, like, there's no way I could use Synthesis with Eldegoss to keep its HP up high enough so that Crawdaunt goes into Swellow, right? Because Crawdaunt will always at least get off 1 regular Aqua Jet before we can KO it with Leaf Storm. And that does minimum 15%. Yeah, we would need literally the best case scenario with Aqua Jet on Crawdaunt in order to be able to bait Swellow instead of Breloom. Because, like, the problem of if either of Crawdaunt's hits crit Roserade, it baits random move on Swellow. And if we bait Heat Wave into Togedemaru, that's obviously a problem. Because it's like, if we could guarantee bait Brave Bird, truly that's all we need. Hell, wait. Hey, Noelle. We could use Noelle. Hornleech's damage-based recovery. We heal 31%. We take at most 32%. We outspeed Breloom, so Swellow sees fast kill. Swellow at high HP amounts only sees KO with Brave Bird. I think that might do it. I never thought I'd say this, but we might bring fucking Noelle Holiday to a major boss fight. Does Crawdaunt have a sneaky close combat roll in Noelle? Oh, that's true. Yeah, so even if it's faster. Bitch. Thanks for catching that. Because, yeah, that's a 1 in 10 that it goes for that instead. And also, we would have to take 3 Aqua Jets, which means we actually might take too much damage anyways. Ooh, also, hold on. If we have a citrus berry... Actually, this might not be an issue. Yeah. Because Crawdaunt would see a KO with knockoff if we had a citrus berry on, but that would actually be fine, because then it would never actually attack us because we outspeed it. You think I can get Swellow in first for Eldegoss? I would love to hear how. Because wouldn't it be... True! Rapid Spin once would increase our speed higher than Breloom. Okay. We would obviously need to make sure we play around Crab Hammer damage. But once its Water Gem is gone, I imagine that wouldn't be too hard. Because, like, let's assume it crits with Water Gem. Crit Aqua Jet. It could bait Crab Hammer, but at that point we're faster than Crab Hammer and we're using Synthesis, and if we give it a Citrus Berry, the Citrus Berry healing plus the Synthesis healing... Sorry, babe, I'm figuring out my math. April, we're Eldrazi, a dedicated set. I'm helping the turtle. Depends on what you mean by a dedicated set. Oh, that's true. Crab Hammer will lose its boost. I forget that that's a water move. It does have crab in the name. Oh yeah, that makes it way less threatening. Yeah, so I think that's perfectly consistent. Would there be an Eldrazi pack? Battle for Zendikar? Kinda. Like, I would just look up sets that have Eldrazi in them, because there's a couple. What do I do with Zigzagoon? Oh, honey, did you wipe to shell? Rise of the Eldrazi, that's what it's called. Rise of the Eldrazi, Battle for Zendikar, technically Innistrad. Okay. Swap to Elda. Use Synthesis. Because how much HP does Eldegoss need to have? Just over 64. That's pretty easy for Eldegoss. And thankfully we one-hit KO with Leaf Storm. I like how this is the second boss fight in a row that we're using Eldegoss makes you slow, so you get baited into using Aqua Jet so I can spam Synthesis. I love Pokemon, it's a fun game. Yeah, just making sure, crit Aqua Jet does at max 54 damage. 128 minus 54 equals 74. And then non-crit Aqua Jet, no Water Gem Crab Hammer sees 58 damage. Yeah, so it never goes for Crab Hammer. Okay, sweet. Leaf Storm always kills. Most Energy Ball rolls kill as well. Oh, actually, we're using Rapid Spin at least once, which means Energy Ball always KOs. Okay, so swap to Eldegoss, use Synthesis, use Rapid Spin, use Synthesis, KO with E-Ball. Early Sucker goes crazy. What do you mean early Sucker? Oh, well, like getting a Sucker Punch Pokemon from Alakazam, or... Okay, KO with Energy Ball. At this point, we are at +1 speed, so we are at 109, which makes us faster than Breloom. So even though Breloom sees kill with Sky Uppercut, Swellow sees a fast kill with Brave Bird. Oh, Norman. Just have a Zigzagoon that I haven't evolved yet. Got it. Early Sucker Punch goes crazy for Galarian Zigzagoon. Got it. I just have to pretend my box isn't stupidly weak. It'll be fine. I believe in you, hun. Okay. Swap to Swell. And now, without Water Gem, because we take a single hit, so critical hit Aqua Jet does a max of 36 damage to Eldegoss. 128 minus 36 is 92. Boom. Yeah, never sees KO with Boom Burst. Perfect. Okay. Swap to Swell. Swap to Toge. So it's going to go for a Brave Bird. So Eldegoss, Togedemaru. Brave Bird into Togedemaru. Need to make sure I check the correct recoil amounts. Is it 1/2, 1/3, or 1/4? It is 33%. So 26 divided by 3 is... Okay, so it takes 8 damage recoil. Drops it to 121. It then loses 127 divided by 8. 15. So 121 minus 15 is 106. Um... 106 minus Life Orb. So 127 divided by 10, I believe it's just 12. 106 minus 12. Wait, 106, there we go. Minus 12 is 94. Damage from... We're currently looking at Muscle Band, but let's see it without, because I don't think... Actually, we could do Silk Scarf, but let's see just with no held item. So, export, import. Maisie does 21 damage. 73. We swap into Arcanine. It goes for Heat Wave. Heat Wave does whatever damage. It then takes 12 damage and recoil, dropping it to 61. Lowest roll for extreme speed is 51. If we gave Arcanine a Silk Scarf, it would do it. Which I think would work, right? Because we're swapping into a Heat Wave. We're not taking a Boom Burst because we outspeed KO. Like, hold on, let me just make sure. Silk Scarf makes lowest roll on extreme speed 62. Yep. Lowest possible roll here, KOs. Which means I don't need to worry about bringing an extra thing for Crobat. Because, like, if we get poisoned, it should be fine. Because, like, yeah. Export, import. Which also, I think, notably, baits in Mega Aggron, regular Aggron, instead of Breloom. Because Aggron doesn't see that it gets KO'd by Arcanine, but Breloom does, and it gets outsped. So it means that, actually, high key, does Silk Scarf help the Rock Slide plus E-Speed odds into Crobat? Theoretically, maybe? 102, 44. Is 146. Lowest rolls don't KO. Yeah, no, we would need a Hardstone for that. And that's also assuming it never uses Giga Drain, which is unlikely. The thing, though, is against Swellow, Arcanine will have so much HP at that point, especially if we were to use Pecha Berry on Arcanine. So that way we guarantee that we're never poisoned. It's swapping in on a Heat Wave from Swellow. Swellow goes for frickin' Boom Burst into Togedemaru, takes 10% of its max HP. Togedemaru uses Fake Out on it. Togedemaru then swaps it back into Arcanine. Any of those moves should be fine, but I think it should be going for Heat Wave again. Because, like, if we swap in Arcanine, it will never use Nasty Plot turn 1 because it sees KO and outspeed on Murkrow. We send in Arcanine, we take damage. It sees that it gets a slow 2-hit KO, so I don't think it ever sets up Nasty Plot. I think it just spams Giga Drain with the chance to go for Sludge Bomb. I think even crit Giga Drain doesn't stop it from getting 2-hit KO'd by Rock Slide, because healing is 13%. Because, like, at this rate, we could bring dedicated Onix, guarantee Giga Drain into Arcanine, because it definitely takes Sludge Bomb, Heat Wave, and then always baits Gig. Slow 2-hit KO doesn't percent up. That's right. But if it uses Nasty Plot, yeah. I was going to say, it would be like taking 4 hits instead of 3 hits. +2 special attack, crit, like, it could do a lot, but... I think... Silk Scarf, Arcanine... Because we have 2 more team slots, and one of them obviously has to be Talonflame, and I think I would like the last team slot to go to Seismitoad as a just-in-case, like, tool to fight Aggron. Turtle also does very well into Aggron once burned. Yeah, but that's once burned. And if it's burned, like, at that point, Talonflame just wins. I'm thinking of Seismitoad as, like, an in-case of emergency break glass option, because Earth Power does so much damage, it probably softens it up enough for something else to be able to get the kill. This Aggron scares me. So I also need to think about what fights this Breloom. Not really Torterra. I mostly just need to make sure it's like something that can swap into Breloom to take the fighting gem and then doesn't bait Spore. Potentially Eldegoss, honestly. If there's something that, like, outspeeds it and dies to Mach Punch. Or just the turn it... Because we want it to go for Spore. Because obviously Talonflame getting Spore means dead run. And we can't risk pre-statusing Talonflame for obvious reasons. Out of curiosity. I don't think I have another Pokemon that always baits in Crobat. Not Onix, but Onix would just die to Alakazam. Mach Punch 155%. If Talon is still at high HP versus Aggron when it dies, that handles the Breloom. Yeah, no, definitely. Because once Aggron gets burned, we can do Roost spam when we approach the turns where it would eventually just die from burn. And then if we're at full HP, Breloom can't get us with Spore, so it would go for a Technician-boosted Mach Punch. True. So yeah, if we can beat Swellow with Arcanine, we always bait an Aggron. Yeah. Although, what's this Aggron's ability normally? I just need to make sure that it doesn't, like, see KO. Well, let me just set it to frickin' Fairy Aura. Oh, yeah, okay. Even though it doesn't have Filter, Steel Rock is still a quad resist for fire. That's good. Okay, yeah. So we'll do swap to Toge, use F out, swap to Arca, KO with E-Speed. Because I think there's, in theory, like, if we have an issue with Arcanine, we could do a little switcheroo back to Togedemaru. Brave Bird into Boom Burst. Because, like, thankfully, if they both crit, Togedemaru doesn't die, but it could get kind of sketch. I do actually wonder, honestly. No, because it wouldn't take any recall from Boom Burst. It would just be the Life Orb chip. Though I suppose, well, no, baiting Rain to move into Arcanine wouldn't be good, because we wouldn't want to get hit by Boom Burst. Yeah. Okay. I think the name of the game is use Onix as our 6th to bait Crobat Giga Drain. So that way Arcanine never gets poisoned, Arcanine can always hold Silk Scarf. One thing to keep in mind for Aggron swap is that it's never EQ on the way, and if that helps anything, kinda. It's true. Sadly, Togedemaru still dies to Body Press. Honestly, Eldegoss lives all of its hits really well, but it lives Earthquake the best. Pretty much anything would kill Arcanine. Kind of putting a lot of our chips on Talonflame. Though, the nice thing is that it's likely to go for Body Press or Earthquake into Arcanine, because it sees KO. How does Rose? At 22% with Magical Leaf with no held item. Takes a lot of damage, but not necessarily a KO from Iron Head. Nidoking. The problem is that if it does automize or automatize, Nidoking would swap into Iron Head or Body Press and then die to Earthquake. Hitmonchan, in theory, always lives a swap-in and has the combo of Fake Out Mach Punch. And of course, there is always the world where I just sack Murkrow, right? Where I just swap into Murkrow so it dies to get a free swap into something. You know what? No, we could do pre-damage Seismitoad. Seismitoad as, like, an option. Murkrow is too good of a lad to be sacked like that. I know. I don't want it to happen, but I'm saying it's an option. Little burb. Yeah. I think we just have to deal with, like... Arcanine's on the field. It dies to Earthquake. Almost guaranteed body press. Either would be good swaps for Swellow. Because, like, if Swellow swaps into Earthquake, we get at least one turn to use Aerial Ace. Body Press does so much damage. Body Press does so much damage. Yeah, no, if we get hit by slow Body Press at least once, we're dead. I'm genuinely wondering if the safer version of this fight involves me giving Talonflame Lagging Tail. But also, if it gets hit with Iron Head, it's fine. Also, just making sure there's no world where it goes for Giga Drain where Murkrow lives, right? 84%. What's the highest possible roll without kill is 110? Into Crobat. I didn't actually do the math. Oh, sorry, so it's 130 minus 110. It's just 120. Or, I mean, it's just 20. So we have 20 HP. Crobat could see Giga Drain. If we gave Murkrow an Oranberry instead of Black Glasses, that'd be fine. Because against Alakazam, like, no Black Glasses... We do 91% if we don't one-hit KO, like, on our lowest roll. And if Murkrow then dies, like, Arcanine can come in and E-Speed. It makes the line weird, because then we fight Crawdaunt instead of Crobat, but I think the line kind of proceeds as normal, because Crobat is actually too weak to see KO on Eldegoss with any of its moves, so it would still be Swellow. I think... the answer is Aggron. Or the answer to Aggron is Seismitoad. Like a Seismitoad. Maybe not even with Citrus Berry. What about swapping to Flygon? What about swapping to Flygon and Aggron, EQ at first? So the thing is, I'm trying to consider, what do I worry about more? Crobat poisoning Arcanine, or Aggron not using Automatize? Right? Like... Because we did the line for Swellow earlier. Okay, hold on. The main benefit of having a target in front of it is that it lets it automize that isn't telling yet. Exactly, that's what I'm kind of thinking. But also, Seismitoad serves kind of the same purpose. Because it's like, if Flygon gets hit by Body Press, it then baits kill with Iron Head or Body Press. If it goes for Earthquake, it's fine. You know, but it's like... In theory, if we give Seismitoad a Citrus Berry, It could do it. You always die to body press. You live earthquake. Anything there fucks you up. You're slower than Aggron. So that probably wouldn't do much. No, it's... Don't get me wrong. Bare minimum, it's always Earthquake into Arcanine. But if Arcanine is our answer to Swellow and Crobat, which it is, Body Press does a minimum 81%. Like, odds are very low we somehow have more HP than that. What's the calc when it's regular Aggron? Oh, that's right. 77%, still pretty unlikely. Definitely always Earthquake. Depending on the situation, we could also... Oh, but if we swap into Eldegoss and we take a hit... If we swap into Eldegoss and we take a hit, it's like, cool. Now it's slower. Less likely to use Automatize. And if it gets hit by Body Press, then we need to use it twice in order to be faster than Talonflame. Like... I think... Do we want to give Talonflame Lagging Tail? Is Lagging Tail better than Lepaberry? Because we obviously can't pre-paralyze. It's not like they can set up Sticky Web or something. Because, like, Iron Head is never bad. I mean, AI for Automatize to beat highest damage is 4 out of 5 rolls. So 80% chance. Flame Body only has a 30% chance. And it's like, theoretically, if we swap into Earthquake, we don't need to use Roost turn 1. If we get hit by Body Press, you know, it's like, I think we just kind of gotta risk it, right? Everything on Onyx ties. If we bring Seismitoad and we get caught in the hell situation where it never goes for Automatize, there is the issue of if it goes for Automatize the turn we swap to Seismitoad, obviously. Because the thing that I really want, right, is to have Onyx to guarantee the fucking... to not needing Pechaberry for Crobat. Even then, I wonder if we're fine if we get hit by Sludge Bomb. Right? Like... 160. No, because that's 5 turns of poison tick. That's way too much. It's way more than citrus, actually. Because if Arcanine gets poisoned, the world kind of falls apart, right? It lacks the staying power to beat Crobat. And other assorted guys. Commit to one more swap. I suppose if we give Togedemaru a Citrus Berry, if we give Togedemaru a Citrus Berry, I think, yeah. Okay. Because Toge can definitely live Brave Bird, Boom Burst with Citrus, likely bait Heat Wave. Even if it doesn't, I think odds are still low that we have to worry about Boom Burst. I think it's at that point, if everything goes really wrong for us, it's just Boom Burst crit killing Arcanine. So, equip Toge with Citrus Berry. Equip Tallow. Or not Tallow. Arca with... Ooh, because the other thing about Aggron, right? If we swap into Flygon and we do get Earthquaked turn 1, we can also just start getting damage off with Stomping Tantrum. Like, I would say, if we give Flygon Citrus Berry also, even if it gets hit by Body Press, we take damage, proc Citrus, we heal over the range where it would see kill with Body Press. We're in theory safe to stay in and use Stomping Tantrum and bait it into automatizing. This fellow would need to be chain critting like 3 times in a row. Okay. Equip Toge with Citrus Berry. Equip Arca with... I think this is going to be it. Equip Toge and Flag with Citrus Berry. Equip Arca with Pecha Berry. Equip Tallow with Lepa Berry. Equip Murkrow. You're fine with Black Glasses, honestly, because baiting... If Murkrow takes so much damage that it possibly baits Giga Drain on Crobat, that's fine. That just makes the Arcanine swap even safer. Well, no, at that point, we would want to bait Sludge Bomb. So yeah, we'll equip Murkrow with Oran Berry. Because that way it never baits Giga Drain. Because if we're equipping Arcanine with the Pecha Berry anyways, we may as well. I guess the question is, what do we give to Eldegoss? There's kind of nothing that we need to give it. Suppose we could give it like an Oran. Or honestly, giving it nothing means that Knockoff never sees kill range. Yeah, so have Eldegoss hold nothing. Okay. So, swap to Toge, use Fake Out, swap to Arcanine, swap to Toge, use F Out, swap to Arca, KO with E Speed, swap to Agger. So get in here, Flygon. Swap to flag if hold on. Use S tantrum. Yeah, we definitely don't want to use bulldoze, because we don't want to drop its speed. Dragon Claw doesn't have, like, a possible extra effect, does it? No additional effect. Okay, yeah. Use Stomping Tantrum. If maybe use S Tantrum again. Swap to Tallow. Do the thing. Swap to Rail. OHKO with a ace. Okay, that's the line. Took us like 2 hours to get here. It's weird how it's situations like this where you're not exactly trying right away to KO. The best moves are likely Growl and Mud Slap. Yeah, no, honestly. I think this is okay, though. It's a shame that Torterra is so slow. Because Torterra would be able to swap into this thing and spam Synthesis until it eventually uses, like, Automatize. Hell, I could swap in Torterra with Alepa Berry to just, like, PP stall it. How much PP does its moves have? Well, it could go... Well, it'd never go for Earthquake, actually. Be really funny. Hold on. Pretty sure Ironhead has, like, base 15, so it's probably, like, 24. Yeah, 24. No way in hell that we'd be able to dodge around that. Not me remembering that Ironhead can make you flinch, though, so if we're slower than Aggron and it hits Talonflame with Ironhead, we could get into a really awkward Death Spiral situation. That's fun. It's not fun. But it's gonna have to work. It is gonna have to work. There are a lot of places where this fight could go bad. I don't think it's that dangerous. Like, it feels dangerous, but I don't think it's actually that dangerous. Ma'am, could you please move away from the PC? Oh, you're, I see. Hi, Lynette. Actually, I should see. Is there anyone here who wants to, like, give me an item? Hold on. Talonflame. If you were level 50... Yeah, you don't survive this that much better. Probably not worth using my 2 rare candies. Where need arena? Do you mean, Nidoking? Okay, we have Pokemon. Alright, Marguerite. You're real silly. Grab Arcanine. Already have Goss. Already have Togepi. No, actually, we do want Flygon second. You know, the cozy one in the nest? That one? Unfortunately, she gets hidden behind my notepad. She takes a little nap. Honk shoo me me me. Okay. We're going to give Marguerite an Oranberry. We are going to give Hamilton a Pecha Berry. That's right, I have a single raspberry. We are going to give Pari nothing. We are going to give Maisie a citrus berry. We are going to give Lixie a citrus berry. We are going to give Scalpel a Lepa berry. Okay. We've been at this for a minute. Okay. So, one final check. Marguerite has an Oranberry and no Sucker Punch. Hamilton has a Pecha Berry and has all those. Eldegoss is not holding anything, has Synthesis and Rapid Spin. Maisie has all of her assorted things and also a Citrus Berry. Lixie has a Citrus Berry and Stomping Tantrum. And Scalpel has Roost and a Lepa. What if I just tried to... I know you'll like, stop me if I try to walk down to the Pokemart, but, like, I know I just saved, so just let me... Funny. Alright, kids. Wish me luck. Thank you, Hannah, so much for pointing out to me the indiscretion with Automatize, by the way. Alright. We send out Marguerite. Marguerite is going to use Sucker Punch. We want to see no crit. No crit! Alright, Marguerite lives. Alakazam gets a boost. We pop our Oranberry. We use Sucker Punch to get KO. This also means that we take care of Crobat when we are expecting to take care of Crobat, which is helpful. Okay, next should be Crobat. Crobat has a Lumberry and Inner Focus. It is going to go for either Sludge Bomb or Heat Wave into Marguerite. We would prefer Heat Wave. That would be the best situation for us. We swap to Hamilton. Ah, we didn't even need the Pecha Berry. We didn't even need it. Okay, good. We love to see that. We now 2-hit KO with Rock Slide. It's going to go for either Giga Drain or Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot, okay. That's fine, because now we take the damage of 2 Giga Drains instead of taking the damage of 2 Giga Drains. Oh, we don't have Silk Scarf in this. We have Pecha Berry. I'm kind of looking at its HP, and I'm kind of wondering if we knocked it low enough to kill with Extreme Speed. Hold on. That looks like lowest roll on Extreme Speed is 24.5%. Chat, I think this is the moment where I have to go and get the Pixel Ruler. This sounds really silly. I've never gone to get this before. Hold on. Because if we can kill this thing with Extreme Speed, we should kill it with Extreme Speed. Hold on. Pokemon, HP, Ruler, PNG. Because, like, where's the one that people use? Hold on. Pokemon, Run and Bun, HP, Ruler. I'll DM it to you. Thank you, Newt. I wasn't sure if you were still here. I was going to ask, but I didn't want to bug you. So this is going to sound really silly, but there is as I said, a ruler, which, like, it shows, it divides the thing up into tens, and I think also has, like, a bunch of little ticks in it. Because if we can see that, like, this thing, because I think it's definitely within guaranteed extreme speed KO range. I think we got a really good high roll on Rock Slide, because Rock Slide high roll is 80%. Lowest damage E-speed, 37. Because, like, the more HP that Hamilton has, the better the later fight goes. We might actually be able to guarantee that Hamilton has enough HP to take out, or to guarantee Earthquake on Aggron. Actually, hold on a second. Okay, so if your special attack's at +2, you heal 15%. I think we 2-hit KO with extreme speed anyways, so I think it might always be best choice to go for extreme speed. Okay, thank you, Newt. Save image. Just on my desktop. Run and ruler. Okay. Now we are going to import a source. A video or sound clip now. Image. Add source. Add a new source. Run and ruler. Browse. Desktop. Open. And you should now see right up here. So the frustrating thing is getting this lined up properly. High key, I kind of can't see super well. Yeah, I can't make that any lower. Okay. I think that's about right. Okay, Newt, should it be lined up with the white pixel or the first colored pixel of the health bar? I think the first colored pixel. In that case, I think we're good. Yeah, I think its HP is a little below 25%. And I think the correct choice here is to extreme speed anyways, because we always get it in 2 hits with extreme speed. I'm gonna go for it. This is absolutely massive. That makes Aggron a lot safer, because I'm pretty sure it means we guarantee bait Earthquake into Lixie. Lixie gets 2 turns in to just kind of hang out and use Stomping Tantrum and bait Automatize. Okay. In comes Crawdaunt, as we predicted. Crawdaunt sees that it has a KO on Hamilton with Aqua Jet, specifically a fast KO. We are going to swap into Pari. Grab Hammer. What? That's not good. That's really not good, actually. Hold on. It's now slower than us. I think it only has a 1 in 10 to go for knockoff. So I think we can stall it out with Synthesis a little. Okay, good. We're fine. Back online. That was scary. So we need to use a couple syntheses. Thankfully, knockoff never sees KO now. Okay, good. We are now going to use rapid spin. We are doing this to become a little faster than Crawdaunt. Oh, fucking shit, dude. There was a chance where it went for knockoff, and then it probably wouldn't have killed us, but it was possible that we could have gotten stuck into a rough spot. Basically, if the game sees that you outspeed it and one-hit KO, and it has a priority move, there is a 1 in 10 chance that it won't go for the priority move and will instead go for highest damage move if highest damage move KOs. Okay, so we are going to use Synthesis. Why did it go for Crab Hammer, though? I guess... because shouldn't it have always gone for fast KO? Into Arcanine? Either way, thanks to the tap we did from Rapid Spin, we now KO with Energy Ball. Because of our speed boost earlier, it now sees that we are faster than Breloom, but slower than Swellow. We are at +1 speed. It's a hell of a question to ask as your first post in the chat, Fiber Optic Hero, but yes, I am. I do believe it's in the stream text. Okay, good. In comes Swellow. Against Eldegoss, highest damage on Boom Burst is 82, so it always goes for Brave Bird. We are going to swap into Maisie. Goes for BB. Does a chunk of damage, undeniably. Okay. Actually, I feel like that did... okay, that did 31 damage. That was the max roll on Brave Bird. Which actually means we might be able to KO Swellow with E-Speed. I think. Here, let's go for Fake Out. Swellow flinched. Swellow's at 50% HP. It loses 10% of its max HP when using a move boosted by Life Orb. Arcanine can get the KO with E-Speed because it rolled so high on its Brave Bird into Togedemaru. So yeah, it's now going to go for Heat Wave. Hurt by Life Orb. That's odd. I thought it took 10% of its max HP from Life Orb damage. So let's assume we take another Heat Wave. That's high roll is 12 HP off of 144. Brings us to 132. Aggron, regular. Yeah, you likely don't see Body Press kill unless we get crit by Heat Wave. So let's play this safe. You're going to go for Boom Burst into Arcanine. Maisie currently has 101 HP. A critical hit Boom Burst can do a max of 86 damage. So 101 minus 86 plus a quarter of its max HP. 132 divided by 4 plus 15 brings it up to 48. Yeah, okay. High roll critical hit Boom Burst means that Arcanine... I think this is still the safest line. We swap to Maisie. If this doesn't crit, I believe we get our best case scenario for Aggron. Yeah. Burst. No crit. As long as we have more than 57 HP, it always goes for Heat Wave. It always goes for Heat Wave. Okay. We use Fake Out for free damage. Should realize that might have been risky. I think crit Fake Out might have been able to kill it. Okay. It goes for Heat Wave. We swap to Hamilton. .32. Extreme speed. Now, if I did everything correctly, Breloom should see that we KO it with Flamethrower and Outspeed, and instead swap to Aggron, who sees KO with Earthquake. Good. Okay. Regular Aggron sees highest roll of body press is 126. It's always going to go for Earthquake, which is a free swap into Lixie. Lixie never dies to crit body press or crit Iron Head. We are going to use Stomping Tantrum until we either take some hits or see it go for Automatize. So we're going to use Stomping Tantrum. It's free damage. We may as well. Automatize. Nice. Okay. And the nice thing is that, honestly, we can stay in for another hit. We can use Bad Tantrum, because crit body press does at most 91%. And I suppose it does always eat up a citrus berry, so that was maybe a little greedy, but... Okay. We swapped to Scalpel. What does using Bulldoze? We don't want to force it to use Automatized again. We actually want it to be faster than us, so that way it uses Body Press before we use Roost. Because if we use Roost first, we lose our flying typing and take 60 to 70% from Body Press. So friends, this is the part of the stream where we hope we don't get sent to Flinch Hell with Iron Head. That's the main gimmick here, or get a bunch of unlucky crits. Okay. We are using Roost until it flame bodies. Flame body. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. We use Roost a bunch. Now, even if it crits with body press, its HP is so low, it would need to flinch us like 8 times in a row with Iron Head. We can just kind of stay in and use Roost. Because now that its damage is cut so massively, it will just eventually die to burn damage. Gonna use Acrobatics, because why not? Well, we're holding an item. I think Aerial Ace technically does more. That's what I get for being greedy. We use Roost. Thankfully, because it's burned, we have options. Okay, use body press. We're fine. Yeah, I think we just keep using Roost and let it die from its burn. Just because we want to make sure we have as much HP as possible when dealing with Breloom. I think its Mach Punch does like 40%? 34% top end. So we just need to make sure that we are always at over 50% of our max HP. Now, if I understand this correctly, once we use this Roost, Lepa Berry will proc, restoring our Roost PP. Good. Minus one Lepa of our like 150. Yeah, we're just gonna sit here using Roost. Wait until it dies. All right. Vito was kind of scary. We didn't have a lot of fantastic, incredible answers, but we made it work. I'm really pleased. Hannah, if you're still here, thank you so much for your help earlier. That was really, really cool of you. I got so lucky with that flame body procced when it did. That was a scary fucking crit, man. All right. Farewell, Aggron. You scared the fuck out me. We've got one Pokemon left. Breloom. Breloom has Sky, Uppercut, Mach Punch, Bullet Seed, and Spore. It would love to make us fall asleep, but we're faster than it and one-hit KO it with Acrobatics. It has a Fighting Gem and Technician. It's gonna use Mach Punch. We're gonna get it with Acrobatics. Critical hit at most, this does 50% of our max HP. Au revoir. That's Vito, baby. Oh, that feels good. We get Spiky Shield on Togedemaru. We get Spiky Shield. We get Steelix. We get Honchkrow. Oh my fucking god. I'm just here for the Fall Arbor encounter. I get that. Hold on, I do need to send this screenshot. Made it through Vito, baby. I just realized I still have Microsoft Teams open. Good job, good job. Thanks, Newt. I was going to say, they call it Fraud Body, and they're dumb as fuck. Flame Body, boy howdy, it sure is an ability. It sure does do things. Friends, we've waited a long time for this. I'm gonna grab Dollop. I'm gonna grab Ella Atea. You guys can hang out in the box for a minute. So, first things first. We're going to go to our key items, grab our Endless Candy. Ella Atea would like to learn the move Ice Beam. We have been delaying you. We have been delaying this Seadra for so long. It stopped being usable after Roxanne. And at last, it gets Ice Beam. We're gonna take it over Aurora Beam, obviously. I'm sorry, Volt Flare. I won't make you wait too long. Now, let me double check to see if I need to evolve it into Kingdra right now. So you get Ice Beam. Yeah, next thing you use Hydro Pump at 60, which Kingdra also gets. And we definitely want to evolve you right now, so you get Hurricane. And we bought this a while ago. Where is my Dragon Scale? There we go. Dragon Scale. We could have done this when we got to Norman. When we got to, like, back to Petalburg. But we waited. So that way we could get Ice Beam before evolving into Kingdra. You have a lot of money sitting in that bag. Yeah, it's true. Honestly, I do kind of need to go sell some stuff. Welcome to the team, Kingdra. Wants to learn Hurricane. And honestly, I would like to teach you Hurricane. Probably take it over Clear Smog. I like Clear Smog. I think it's a neat utility option. But, like, if we're slower than them, Hurricane is almost perfectly accurate. If we're in rain, it's perfectly accurate. We get rid of Clear Smog. Kick ass. We are going to now. Oop. $54. So we have a chance to get our first fairy type Pokemon here. Hold on. Okay, now I need to check Onix. You learn Explosion at 52. Steelix learns Explosion at 53. That doesn't change anything because the level cap is 54. And we want to make sure we get Gyro Ball at 48. So yeah, we evolve you right now. Fling Fodder. I'm also just gonna save the game. You know, for the Pokemon you have that learns Fling. What, are we talking about money and buying, like King's Rocks and stuff? Hello, Skitty. So, Pokemart, I would like to buy 1 Dusk Stone. Notably, Metal Coat raises the power of Steel-type moves. It is both an evolution item and a type booster. A repeatably buyable type booster. We can buy, like, a bunch of those to boost the Steel-type moves on all of our Pokemon. Big Nug is 100 base power? True. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll hold on to that as a just in case for Fling. I should only sell it when I need to. I would like to use a Metal Coat on Dollop. Welcome back to the team, Dollop. It's been a long time. We finally have a fucking Steelix. We finally have a fucking Steelix. We would love to learn Gyro Ball. We will take it over... probably over Double Edge, right? I don't know. I like Double Edge, Min Speed Steelix, by the way. Oh, you're right. This is a Min Speed Steelix. Yeah, my Onix is a 0 speed IV. 0 speed IV with a negative speed nature. You are not wrong. That is a Min Speed Steelix. Because our ability is Rockhead. So we don't take recoil damage, But I feel like Screech is so good for Steelix. Like, I think Gyro Ball is probably better. Yeah, well, that's I never thought we'd actually finally get upside to our Onix's dog shit speed, because that has punished us repeatedly, because Onix actually has a pretty alright base speed. 29? And a defense of 223! Yeah, no, plus defense minus speed nature with a 0 speed IV kind of goes insane. Also, it's got a special defense IV of 26, like... That's crazy. Mega Steelix. I was going to say I need to keep it alive for Mega Steelix. Anyways, let's get it up to get Explosion. Should a move be deleted for Explosion? Yes, we will get rid of Self-Destruct. And Dollop learned Explosion. Alright, we have to make a really interesting decision. What are we gonna delete for Spiky Shield? Obviously not Fake Out. I don't think we delete Nuzzle, do we? We very rarely paralyze things. We do it sometimes, but not often. Because our Togedemaru... our Togedemaru is modest, so it actually isn't that physically offensive. We have other steel types for doing steel type damage. I'm kind of thinking get rid of Smart Strike. If we really need Smart Strike later, we can relearn it. Yeah, we still have our Smart Strike TM, and we can buy it from Lily Cove later. The Never Miss is good now. That's true, but also we have Never Miss on, like, Roserade. We still have the TM. Yeah. I think we pitch it for Spiky. Just because, like, this, yeah, Maisie's really fast. She's got 21 speed, but an attack IV of 14 with a modest nature. Maisie has Spiky Shield. Oh my god, I cannot overstate how much of an upgrade that is for those of you who don't know. Also, I think Scalpel finally gets a move other than Aerial Ace, which we will also be deleting. Yep, we finally get Flare Blitz. Like, I don't care that it's a recoil move. Aerial Ace, we have used a whopping 3 times since getting Acrobatics. We have the TM if we really need it. We obviously want Roost and Tailwind. It's like, we would have deleted Aerial Ace for Will-O-Wisp if I had realized that you're supposed to keep Will-O-Wisp, or that, like, keeping it is good. 1 second. Yeah. It's getting a little warm in here. Opening the blinds. So at the very least, we have a really high-hitting Fire-type move. Does Lixie get anything? No. Okay, now I need to check Murkrow. God, low-key, Onix and Steelix have an absolutely gargantuan move list, by the way. Like, I don't know why. They continue learning moves all the way up to, like, level 70. Ma'am, I'm trying to go to sleep. Please give me the dopamine. I'm sorry. Let me get this one done. Okay, so we're 48. We get Tailwind at 50, Brave Bird at 54. Okay, people who know this game, is Whirlwind worth having? Is Whirlwind like a niche utility move that you can actually get value out of, or no? I need encounter. It's good TBH. What, Whirlwind? You need Encore to make it insane. Honchkrow doesn't get Encore. Now I'm confused. Like, Encore it into something and then use Whirlwind? Because it's like... Yeah. You can do Tech on Iron Ball fight to Encore Whirlwind Bronzong last, so it never explodes. Huh. I don't have a way to do Encore, though. None of my Pokemon know it. I think I'm going to box Murkrow for right now. I will grab a team that is capable of doing this encounter, and then I'll, like, think about Murkrow Honchkrow in a second. Because, like, we can get Brave Bird this level cap, if we don't get Whirlwind. Otherwise, we, like, get Brave Bird after, Team Magma. So, let's grab Jane. Actually, Rosary, don't you get, like, sleep? No, you got sleep powder a while ago, and we gave up on it. We do still have quick balls. Wait, did you take Fossil Encounter? I don't get access to Desert Underpass now. We were coming up on Chell. I didn't really have anything good to fight Chell with. We got a Pikachu with static, so I decided to use that to risk getting the 50-50 on Togedemaru in Rustboro. And thankfully it worked out. We did, in fact, get Togedemaru in Rustboro. Which I think is worth losing the encounter out here. Also, I did check what our fossil was, and it was an Archon with really bad IVs and nature. Like, I know Archon is really good, but, like, yeah, ours was kind of dog shit. Jane wants to learn Wild Charge. Ooh. I will pick that up over Brick Break for right now, because obviously we can relearn that. Why is Wild Charge only base 90 power and a recoil move? Absolutely insane. Yeah, no, Maisie was definitely worth losing out on Desert Underpass. Much as I would like to get the extra encounter, we are very quickly approaching the point in the game where we get a bunch of encounters. Okay, so let me see what we can find here in Fall Arbor Town. Ooh, actually, I just realized. Control F. Murkrow. I never ticked off Murkrow Honchkrow. Okay. I also never clicked my Route 113 encounter. So, in Fall Arbor Town, we can get Berserker, Copperaja, 40% chance to get one of those. Carablast, I think, is good. I forget if it's a Scavalier or a Selgor that's bad. Snubbull is a fairy type, but also kind of bad. Carablast needs shell armor, got it. Lairon turns into Aggron, turns into Mega Aggron. Like, Lairon would not be a miss. Clefairy, I hear, is actually kind of a miss, even though it's a fairy type. Carablast needs shell armor. Gramble, also, again, it's just Snubbull again. Like, it's a fairy type. It's not one of the great ones. 5% at Azumarill would be insane. Azumarill is a very good fairy type. And a 5% chance for Scyther. And I hear the entire Scyther line, except for Cleavor, is quite good. I don't believe any of these Pokemon explode. So that's nice. I will... Yeah, I think we just open with Jane. Question is, which patch of grass? There's only the one patch of grass. May you get the Lairon? I would not complain about Lairon. it would kind of overlap with Steelix, obviously, but it gets its Mega much sooner. Honestly, our team is actually really lacking in Mega capable Pokemon. Our only one is Steelix, I think. Because Lucario, you don't get its Mega Stone in this. Repellent is deactivated. I should also probably give Jane, like, an Oran Berry or something. I'll give it a Rost Berry, or a Pecha Berry, in case something here poisons. At least Magikarp is guaranteed. True. Oh yeah, I suppose. Mega Gyarados, huh? Would love to see Ozumarill. It's a fairy type. Fuck it. We have a fairy type. With Intimidate. We have an Intimidate Mon again. Okay. Thunder Wave. Also, it's low level, so we get choice over its moves. Just gonna make sure that Snubbull doesn't have any moves that it could KO itself with. Snubbull at level 18. Bite, Fake Tears, Headbutt, Lick, Tail Whip. Ooh, Tail Whip. Roar, Charm, Submission, Play Rough. Yeah, okay. Levels of 23. Keeps Intimidate. Okay. We are safe to use Super Fang. Fairy with Intimidate has hit the stream for BitBot. I love Felice. Funny as hell. 1, 2, 3, click. Does anyone in the Run and Bun submissions have a Gramble? I know, right? Crazy IVs or like Adamant would be really cool. So no, okay. You know what? Mint Mod, I know that it's a boy. But like, what is a more appropriate welcome to the team, Duchess. Yeah, in all caps. Quirky. Don't know what that does. Neutral Nature's fine. 0 attack IV. It's got really good bulk. It's got good bulk and good speed. Once again, April is cursed with a 1-scale hero. Volt Flare, you don't understand. You don't understand my 1-scale goat luck. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get them lined up for you. Let me get Lucario. Let me get Roserade. Let me get Zoroark. Let me get Arcanine. Like, near perfect IVs. 0 attack. Special attack decreasing nature. Perfect speed. Perfect defenses near. 3 special attack. Notably, I checked. If we heart scale Roserade special attack, it keeps Hidden Power Ice. Near perfect speed, solid defenses, 6 special attack, 24 attack. 31 in all of its defenses and its speed, good HP, 6 attack. It's a lot of heart scales. I have so many 1-scale goats. And added to that list is dear, sweet Duchess. That's so funny. Hell, I wonder, do I have any others that I'm not even thinking about? Like, not Miss May. Thankfully, she has alright speed and an attack of 31. We maxed the attack on Kethri, like Kethri was a heart scale, so we could safely get through Roxanne. Eldegoss would like better defenses, but like, you know, whatever. Sawsbucks, whatever. Gorobus isn't my zip code. Gorobus is fucking binary. Murkrow is like middle of the pack. Seismitoad, kind of bad, but like Seismitoad has pulled through force where it matters. Torterra, this was before I started GMOing my starters, so I didn't consider the fact that having really, really, really bad speed would be an issue. Walrein would like the extra special attack, and the extra special defense, honestly. Excadrill could use the speed. And yeah, and then there's also... Jane's pretty alright. Steelix is actually, like, shockingly really good. Even with a 13 defense IV, it still has a defense boosting nature. IVs mean a lot less when your base defense stat is like 250. Kingdra would love a speed scale. Maisie is kind of fine at everything. I don't think increasing her attack's gonna change that much. Lixie is also kind of beyond help. And Talonflame honestly does everything it needs to. We also used a heart scale on Scalpel Speed. But yeah, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed your dopamine hits. I'm gonna be here leveling up my guys for the next little bit. I might just do the thing where I evolve Murkrow into Haunchcrow and then consult the experts about Whirlwind after the fact. And just get my level ups in. Yeah, but honestly, I'm not gonna bitch that much about Snubble. Like, it's got good IVs. If I can boost its attack, that's nice. It's got Intimidate. Honestly, finally having a fucking Intimidate mon in, especially for double battles, like something that intimidates can bait like fast moves and then swap into Togedemaru if I like lower its HP. I can do things with this. I'm gonna grab, what theme do I want to listen to? Because I'm definitely tired of listening to the Pokemon Center theme, but I'm also tired of listening to, well, am I tired of Route 113? Yeah, I am. Let's do Route 111 Desert Auras again. There we go. Hamilton, you don't get your next big hit move yet, do you? Honestly, I will say Snubbull Granbull also could have been a really solid Ulara now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. Endless Candy. Miss May, I think you get Gunk Shot, don't you? Oh, you get Thrash. I don't think we want Thrash. It's high power, but it's inconsistent, can confuse us, and locks us into one move. With Run and Bun's smart AI, that seems like a bad move to take. Also, what does Granbull actually get? Because notably, Snubbull does learn Play Rough before Evolve. Hell, Granbull learns all of its moves, except for one by current level cap. What's Jaw Lock do? I assume it's a move that stops switching, but... Alright, I should also click that. Encounter checklist. Snub. Gran. Do I not have that Snubbull checkmark clicked? Hold on, this should say 23. There we go. What the fuck was I doing? All right, Cramble's moves. I was looking at Lockjaw, or Jaw Lock. Prevents the user and the target from switching out. The user and target can still switch out if either of them is holding Shed Shell, Baton Pass Slip, yada yada. It's just like a base 80 power. It's like just crunch but more. No, it's not actually. It's definitely worse crunch. It's just crunch that locks you in against an AI that doesn't swap. I suppose it's in theory usable if you like use Torment on a Pokemon with one move and a choice band. It's a weird one. Ooh, Granbull does get Scary Face though. Breek wants to learn Hydro Pump. I don't ever use Hyper Voice on this thing. I don't think I'm ever going to use Hyper Voice. I liked it because it's a spread move for like double battles. I don't think I'm ever going to use Hyper Voice. I think we do want Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump, if it's slower than something while holding like Zoom Lens, is perfectly accurate. I think we want Hydro Pump. Also, Hydro Pump is just good for like threatening KO. Sometimes you don't even need to use the move, you just need to have it have ridiculous damage to bait something that has a priority move into using that priority move. Okay, I don't think Catherine gets anything. Throat Chop, ooh. I don't think we want Throat Chop. It's a coverage move. Chops the throat to disable sound-based moves for a while. Like, Kethri's not that fast. I'll grab it over Bullet Punch for right now, and I'll, like, reconsider it later. Bare minimum, it's Dark-type coverage, and Kethri doesn't get that any other way. Because it doesn't get Shadow Punch from the Punch Tutor. And Kethri likes to use Mach Punch more than it likes to use Bullet Punch. I think Pari already knows all of her moves, doesn't she? Eldegoss. Yep. Pari no longer learns moves. Solar Blade. Honestly, kind of interesting. Like, there are some fights that have guaranteed sunlight. Like, Noelle has Chlorophyll. I think Chlorophyll Sunblade Sawsbuck kind of goes insane in places. I'm willing to take it over Feint Attack. We have the Feint Attack TM if we truly need it, but like... I think Nomo still has moves to learn, doesn't she? Well, if she does, they aren't now. Cool. See, the funny thing is we're kind of actually nearing a point where rare candies become a little meaningless. I now understand why there are half as many rare candies as there are like heart scales. And it's because like after a certain point, you don't... What's the word I'm looking for here? Like, you stop learning moves. You stop evolving. You know, it's like, we are officially past the level cap for just about every Pokemon evolution in the game. The only things that can still evolve, or like, so nothing else evolves. We're nearing the point where things stop learning new moves. Like, that's around, like, level 70. And once we get to that point, like, The only thing you would heart scale for is for like a little extra stat points here and there. Don't get me wrong, like holding on to 6 rare candies so that way you can have a full team of level 100s for the Elite Four would be nice. But otherwise, it's like, oh yeah, if you need to be able to barely pass yourself over a damage threshold, is kind of the only thing at this point. Well, not right now. Arcanine doesn't learn its really good moves until it hits like level 70. Sadly, I don't think we get any new moves on Arcanine this split. Unless I'm wrong. Oh, there's Stone Edge. I don't think we want Stone Edge though, because like it's inaccurate and we're already fast. Like we want Rock Slide. We're gonna keep Rock Slide. We're eventually gonna get rid of Crunch for Head Smash. But yeah, we keep Rock Slide. It's just such a good move and it's spread. Yeah, I don't want Stone Edge. Close combat, though. I do like the sound of close combat over Crunch. Especially now that we have, like, actual dark types that can use dark moves. Very helpful. Okay. Yeah, like, Hamilton, when do you get Head Smash? I shouldn't be looking it up like that, but thankfully it worked. You don't get... I mean, if we kept you as a Growlithe, you would have a Flare Blitz and Head Smash by now, which is insane. But yeah, like, we don't get Head Smash until 71, we don't get Flare Blitz until 64. And the thing is, like, our Arcanine has Rock Head. It functionally has no ability because it doesn't know any moves with Recoil. And then when it learns moves with Recoil, it's like the best possible Arcanine. Felice wants to learn Memento. No. No, I don't think we're going to use Memento. I don't think Memento has the value of a self-destruct or an explosion. Does Havara learn anything? Surf. Ooh, hello. Do we like Surf more than Brine? I think we like Surf more than Brine. I like having Super Fang, Brine Cheese, but honestly, Surf just does a lot of damage. It's just a high power water type move, and we need that. We so desperately need that. And is Turtle coming up on getting Woodhammer? I think Turtle gets Woodhammer this level cap. Okay, good, it doesn't. I don't want to have to make that choice yet. Talon get Meteor Mash? Nah, Talon doesn't get anything. And Argios. Or Argyros. Argyros? Stone Edge. I'll get rid of Brick Break for it. Because the thing is, we do have the slow Excadrill. We could kind of lean into that for, like, again, Zoom Lens strats later. Bare minimum, we can relearn Brick Break at the Move Tutor. Okay. And I don't think Roserade learns anything. Like, what do you know, Marguerite? Like, do we really need Brave Bird out of Honchkrow? Like, this soon? It could be good for, like, Zarude. But we have First Impression Flygon. I'm also gonna drop a save, because it's been a second. We're so close to our next heart scale. There's no reason to use it arbitrarily, but like... Okay. So yeah, I don't think anything happens for Roserade. I don't think I want Whirlwind. I think I'm just gonna get Marguerite up to level, and then I'll like think about Whirlwind later. In my deep dark fantasies. Tailwind, however. I would love Tailwind. Dark Pulse, Sucker Punch, Drill Peck, Knock Off. Think we get rid of, because are you a plus defense? You have better physical attack. Okay, yeah. I'd prefer to keep Sucker Punch and Knock Off over Dark Pulse. If I need something to do insane quick damage with Dark Pulse, I'm using Felice, like, because now we're about to get Brave Bird. Brave Bird's such a funny move name. Okay. Yeah, recoil move, take that over Drill Peck. Now, the thing that's going to be hard to figure out is dodges. Held items. Duskstone. Use on Marguerite. Lady becomes a big lady. Large lass, larger hat. And I gotta get a screenshot of that for Mojave and Terra. Pop this open. Pop this open. Boop, bip. Beep, bop. Sebastian will be happy to hear that Murkrow survived Vito. Okay. So, I'm already sick of this song. I'm gonna pull up something else. Give me freaking stream background. Honestly, we can just kind of let this play through. Okay, so Snub Bull. So you evolve at level 23. So nothing about your moves change before then. Covet, Roar, Scary Face. So Charm at 32, Scary Face at 35. Play Rough at 42, Play Rough at 47, Superpower. Okay, so I think we delay up to level 32. Hey, I went up to play my Norman. How's it going? It's still going quite good. We're just doing our level ups. I don't know if you saw our catch. Once again, April is cursed with 1 scale heroes. So good at everything but the thing it needs to do. Which is funny. So I'm just figuring out how to stat this little baby. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that it is bulky. It's a fairy type is good for that. It's true. We do finally have a fairy type. I obviously would have loved to get Azumarill, but like beggars and choosers and all that. There are other chances, I'm sure. So let's give it the Everstone, wherever the fuck that is. Duchess gets the Everstone. So we want to get it up to level 32 to learn Charm, and then evolve it so it gets the superior Scary Face and Superpower. And then honestly, like, no, I don't, do we need fake tears? We don't need fake tears. Yeah, we'll take Bite over Lick. Yeah. It's fine, we're gonna delete it anyways. But yeah, like, more Pokemon that get Charm, the better. Covet, fairy type move. Take that over Headbutt. We have Stab fairy damage finally. Yeah, no, genuinely such an upgrade. And like, a 1-scale hero is still 1 scale. Like, if and when the day comes where we need big fairy type damage, but yeah, no, I love that Snubbull gets the same thing that Famfi gets, which is that the cute little baby learns Charm, and then when it evolves into the big scary version, at the same or similar level, it gets Scary Face. I think that's very funny. Okay. I would love for Duchess to learn Charm. I'll take that over Tail Whip. And I also think I want the speed control of Scary Face over the special defense drop of Fake Tears. Especially because we can learn Fake Tears from tutors later. Okay, so now Gramble gets Scary Face at 35. Endless Candy. Little doggy becomes a big doggy. I just realized, do I still have the freaking... Why did no one tell me to take the ruler off the fucking screen? This song, yeah. I look forward to our opportunity to finally play through Explorers of Sky at some point. Honestly, that's how I would love to celebrate beating Run and Bun if we were ever to get that far. Duchess would like to learn Scary Face. Would love to learn that. We will take it over Bite. Also, like, honestly, again, we said this earlier, like, Gramble is an Intimidate Mon. Like, we've been missing one of those. We haven't had any since we lost Herdier back in Shell. Like, a bulky Pokemon that pivots really well and has Intimidate. I would like to learn Superpower. So, Hannah, I'm thinking Charm, Scary Face, Superpower, and Play Rough for the moveset. I delete Covet because obviously Covet doesn't do anything. It's just going to be worse Play Rough. Oh yeah, but I guess, Hannah, I should ask, in your personal experience, do you find that moves like Roar and Whirlwind are really, like, worth having? Because technically Marguerite could have learned Whirlwind, but not gotten, Brave Bird, at this level up if we had decided to evolve Murkrow earlier. And I decided I wanted the damage of Brave Bird more. Take Play Rough over Fake Tears. Not in the Slice Hill. There's probably some small tech that exists, but it'd be so niche, yeah. Okay, good to know. And I believe Duchess doesn't learn anything else until 57, where we get the option to turn down Jaw Lock. Honestly, like, what's this thing's attack stat? 134 is not bad. It's less bulky than I hoped it'd be with those IVs. But, like, I feel like this thing's gonna do more than we expect. Superpower, Play Rough. Yeah, I think just Big Dog hit hard. Also, Hannah, I don't know if you were here when we realized this, but we evolved our Onix into Steelix. Steelix learned Gyro Ball. And fun fact about our Steelix, It's the lowest possible speed a Steelix could be. And yeah, moveset seems fine. Might come a time where you might have to make a choice to drop one of those debuffing moves for a flex slot. Yeah, that's fine though. I mean, I don't mind that. God knows in the world of speed control, we simply have Eldegoss, like... But I figure we really only need those 2 damage types on it. Also, defense boosting nature, like, look at that! Look at that fucking monster! Also, are you ground steel or steel ground? You're steel ground. Nice. Gyro ball, bad tantrum, explosion, and screech. Chat, I really think our box is coming along well. I'm going to do a dumb thing that I like to do where I organize my Pokemon after a split based on when I caught them. It just makes me feel good. See how far we've come, how many we still have. Let it be known, Kethri, the GOAT, still on the team. Steelix was then Sawsbuck, which was then Nidoking. After Nidoking was Flygon. Then there was Pikachu. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. There we go. Then Lucario. Excadrill. There we go. We've come a shockingly long way. I'm so impressed with what we've managed to accomplish so far. And I hope we can keep going far. I really want to see where this team can go. I think it's got a lot of heroes. It's got a lot of power. And we are getting really close to when that power properly explodes. Getting more heart scales. Hamilton finally learning its recoil moves. We are now going to remove Pokemon from all boxes. We're going to do scripting. Load recent script. Import. We have like a full-ass box, practically. I should also put those in the Google Doc. The game opens up after Norman, but it seriously blows wide open after Flannery. Surf Sim is an experience. I can't wait. Truly, the thing I look for most of all is getting to Surf Sim, right? Like, also, we're coming up on a route where we have a chance to get Altaria. We have a chance to get Corviknight. So many cool things coming up. Also, I actually need to see what, frickin'... Oop, hold on. God dang highlight tool. I need to see what, Snubble's hidden power is. Not that I don't think... Yeah, damn, Gramble has a base attack of 120, Jesus. Base special attack of 60, so I'll probably never use that hidden power, but, like, it's nice to know. Gramble is steel. Ooh. Hold on. That's dictionary. Also, you can take a guaranteed Gyarados if you like, which is like Torterra's bestie. Because I know we can eventually get Gyarados, like pretty much guaranteed, just by like the sheer quantity of water routes. I don't think we want Gyarados just yet. I think we have enough like really solid tools to be able to kind of make it through. It's a 100. Oh, and Meteor Falls. Okay. I mean, I'd like to use other things for Meteor Falls, maybe. I don't know. You're probably right. We'll see. Because, like, the nice thing is I have a really good Hamilton to take care of Flannery. I think that's good. I can't believe how far we've come. Absolutely fucking insane. I don't know, woo, getting all emotional, beating fucking Fall Arbor Vito. But, like, every Pokemon we've caught, we are nearly reaching the point in the game where pretty much anything can be evolved. We got the payoff of delaying Trapinch. We got the payoff of delaying Onyx, or Kingdra. We finally got Steelix. We got the payoff of not sacrificing Steelix. We've got Rosary. We're coming up to when we're finally getting fucking Heart Scales again. I think this run has legs. I think this run has a lot of legs. I just gotta be smart. We only have 6 people hanging out. I don't think, oh, we have 7. Like, I don't know if I want to bother raiding with this few people. We'll see if, like, anyone small time of our friends is live. They're not. Vito is a huge milestone. When you finally fight him again later, it connects you so far back into the run. True. Genuinely, I was so scared. Like, I have been thinking, because I watched, I've been watching the Squirk, like, split videos, like, you know, everything up to Brawly, everything up to, from everything from Brawly to Roxanne, so on and so forth. And it's like, I saw how he handled Vito, and it's like, oh, Talonflame with Will-O-Wisp makes Aggron free. I don't have that. That's unfortunate. And I'm like, I think my brain has been stewing on fraud body tech for like a solid week at this point, like basically ever since we beat Norman. And now that we're past it, it's like, cool. I can kind of breathe out about that. Real happy. I don't know. We're coming up on a chunk of the game where we get a bunch more fire types also. Like, genuinely, our box is about to explode in quantity. We have made it past the encounter drought. It's a massive refill coming up, which means the more that we get refilled, the more we're kind of at liberty to, like, take sacks and things. We've managed to have as easy of a time as we have in, like, the desert and the ash fields and Fall Arbor itself, because we were willing to, like, play a little risky to keep our resources. We've only lost 5 Pokemon, and I think that's really paid dividends for us. It's made, you know, every a dollar saved is a dollar earned. I mean, we have like 8 people in here. That's like, it's like a quantity. If I look up Run and Bun. One death. 4 badges, Run and Bun. Ooh, yeah, fuck it. That's someone who's pretty close to us. We'll raid into a VTuber. Nef TV. Nef TV. Did I spell that right? I did. Yeah, it's so sick. 114 Meteor Falls, 112 Fiery Path, Jagged Pass, Mount Chimney, Lava Ridge starter. It's such a nice stream after the complete drought, Norman. Not to mention, like, Lava Ridge Town fixes one of the biggest problems we've had for a long time, which is that the only Protectmon we've had for this entire fucking run was Crawdaunt, who died like a dozen streams ago. Togedemaru finally gets Spiky Shield. We finally have Spiky Shield in Togedemaru. And all of the Hoenn starters are guaranteed to get either Protect or Detect. So fucking nice for us. Such a huge tool. Especially because we'll have like an under-leveled Protectmon for like gym double battles and stuff. Anyways, Folks, we're doing stream a little outside of our normal slot tomorrow. I am going to be streaming Legends ZA as soon as I can, probably around like 10 a.m., 12 a.m. Pacific Standard, somewhere around there. We're just gonna go for as long as we want to. I took the day off from work. I just kind of get to chill. So if you want to see that, coming out here. Either way, I'm going to be sending you all out to Nef TV, who is currently past Norman and on their way to Flannery. But until then, friends, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. I have been April. She has been May. You have all been incredible, and I will catch you all in the next one. Sending out raid. Have a good night, folks. And